Hey, I just got the Arturia Keylab 88 sitting here in its sweet water box. I'm excited to unbox it and make it the centerpiece of my studio. Really keen to see how it feels to play. I'm pretty particular about how my keybeds feel, but this one I've heard good things about, so I have high hopes and super stoked to be bringing pads into my studio workflow as well. So keen to get those set up and see how nice it plays with FL. So without further ado, let's unbox. This is definitely the best part. Ooh. Okay, so I struggled through the unboxing because Sweetwater wanted to put a box within a box within a box, but I'm at least glad they wanted to protect the instrument. And this was supposed to be a demo unit, but which I think is why I got a good price on it, but it's in mint condition and came with the shrink wrap and everything, so I'm not complaining. So I'm keen to see how the keybed feels. I grew up playing piano, so I love the feel of weighted keys that respond the way a piano would. So I'm keen to see the velocity curves on that. Does it respond as loudly and quietly as I would like? And I want to see what the integration with FL is like, because sometimes these things don't come out of the box playing really nice with FL. I feel sort of like FL is the redheaded stepchild of, sorry if you're a redheaded stepchild, but I just mean, I feel like a lot of these instruments come like plug and play with Ableton Live and Cubase and Logic, and FL, sometimes it's not that way. It's like you need to use this generic driver to make it work, but good sign, plugged it in via USB and it showed up in my MIDI devices with the proper name and everything, which makes me think it might be as plug and play as I want it to be. So right now I've got a Native Instruments piano loaded up, the Grandeur, and I'm just running a little bit of reverb on it. Room by Native Instruments, R-A-U-M. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I love it. And let's see how the keybed feels. That feels real nice. Wow, that's real nice. Okay, let's see the velocity curves on it. So how quietly can I play? That's about as quietly as I can hit that, or as softly. Oh, if I'm real slow. That feels pretty good. That feels real good, actually. Okay, well, I'd like to test out these pads as well. So I haven't really used pads before, but I'd love to start incorporating them into my beat making. I play drums, so and I don't have a kit here, but I'd love to be able to get hands-on with some of my percussion instead of clicking in every note manually. So I'm keen to see how these feel. Here's how I've loaded it up, and there's a few ways I could do this. I could just load up like a drum kit in Contact and do it that way. But I've got some samples from Splice that I wanted to use, so I've loaded those into FPC, Fruity Pad Controller, and let's see how that works. So if I just select that, it's my active instrument. That works. Yep. Wow, okay, so yeah, so you might notice some of those kicks and snares, it's like they aren't coming through as loud as I want, and it could totally be that I suck at using pads because I haven't done it before. But these are velocity sensitive pads, right? So you can hit them louder or softer or harder, and it'll translate to be quieter or louder. That's about as quiet That right there is as quiet, which feels quieter than the keys do, honestly. If I really slam it in the center with 2 fingers, then I get the full kick. Yeah, but if I miss, if I'm not dead on the center, that comes through real quiet. So, it could absolutely be the case that I just need to get better at that, but I'd love to know, and maybe you know, let me know if you do, if there's a way to adjust those velocity settings so that maybe it's less sensitive. I don't know how often I'm going to be really wanting to tap in a quiet beat. I feel like I would probably just want to tap it in and then control velocity afterwards. But okay, so let's check out transport controls, because sometimes these things don't play nice with FL. I would love it if this is just plug and play. So I've got play, pause, record, stop, loop, I think that is. And then I've got like, it looks like an advance or skip back button as well. So I'm hoping, I've got song selected right now. If I just press play, it works. If I hit stop, it stops. If I play and I hit that again, it pauses. Okay, so the pause button works. This should jump forward by a bar. Yep. And I should be able to arm for recording. Yes. Hit the record button, it arms for recording. Now I don't know what this loop button's gonna do, honestly. Let me pull up the song. Oops. So disarm recording, play. No. Well, when I hit the loop button, it lights up blue, but I don't know what that's doing in FL, if anything. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so I should be able to arm for record, press play, and add a beat with the pads. If I can play them. Okay, that's fun, that's cool. I could do more of that. So in addition to that, we've got 10 knobs and 9 faders that we can assign to different parameters. And this is really easy to do in FL. Basically, you right-click the parameter that you want to assign, and then you just click link to controller and then wiggle that knob or move that fader and it'll become linked to that parameter. So I've got, if we jump back to my piano, I've got this piano, it's got a reverb on it, which is controlled by this knob. I've just linked it as a controller. So I can turn that up or down. Same thing with delay. Yeah, sweet, okay. That works really easily. Pitch bend and modulation, let's check those. I'm using Omnisphere, and it's a little trickier with third-party plugins to link controllers. You can't just right-click and link controller always. So you have to assign this MIDI device to a MIDI port in your MIDI settings. So I've set this to port 0. And then in the plugin, you assign that a MIDI input port. So it's looking for MIDI devices on the port like 0. And so that's what I've done with Omnisphere here. And I've just assigned this mod wheel to control the cutoff. Which is, if you haven't got Omnisphere, you should look into Omnisphere, it's freaking sick. Okay, so the mod wheel works, great, feels good. I think the Mark II of this thing has like metal for its wheels. These feel like rubber, maybe? Yeah, something like rubber. Pitch bend. Okay, so that's, off the bat, that feels weird, just because that pitch bend is moving up and down a full octave. Typically, pitch bend wheels, I thought, move up and down a step, so you can do like vibrato and whatnot. It would be really tough for me to do vibrato with this. Yeah, it does not sound good, because it's moving so far. So I know this comes with software where I think I can tweak some of those parameters. At least that's what I'm counting on, because I want a pitch bend that I can do vibrato with, and I'd like to either get better at pads or adjust some of those velocity settings. But it's functional, it totally works.
Bye.
So that's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to being more hands-on with my production. I think the more that you can avoid mouse and keyboard and stay on your instrument, I just feel like it keeps you in that creative space, you know, where you can play stuff out. That's sort of that playful mode and creative zone where you're messing with ideas and then keep the stuff that works and that sounds good. So I'll be using these transport controls, hopefully spending a lot more time on this instrument. I've just got to figure out now where to put it. I have right now a little 61 key MIDI controller on my desk, and I'll be giving that back to the mate that I'm borrowing that from, but I think this is too big to go up there on my desk, and especially if I'm trying to like reach over a typing keyboard to play with all of this, I think that's gonna feel weird. My next studio goal, I guess, is the desk, the platform by Output. It looks super good and comes with a tray that fits an 88 key keyboard, so that'd be nice. I could roll it away when I'm not using it, roll it out when I want to use it. But studio goals, you know how that is. So I've got to figure out where to put it. I'll probably just put it off to the side here somewhere and wheel my little wheelie chair over there anytime I want to tap something out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. I at least wanted to give you a glimpse into like the way I make music, the excitement I have for gear, and sort of a little behind the scenes of how my studio works and is coming together. It's very much a basement studio. And it's a work in progress for sure, but looking forward to seeing how it progresses over the years. So thanks for watching, hope it was helpful, and we'll see you next time.